Yep, yep, yep. Y'all already know. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's King Gade with the Wizards Review. And yo, man, I'm in a great mood today. A very good mood. You know, um, great win tonight against all odds. You know what I mean? It looked bad. You know what I'm saying? It looked bad to start the game, but I'm extremely happy, man. You know, for one, we won the game. For two, I put money on this game, y'all. I bet on this game. I bet on the Wizards on the money line. You know what I mean? We were the underdog. And I was like, I felt we were going to beat them. And I bet on this game prior to knowing Porzingis wasn't going to play tonight. And honestly, if I knew he wasn't going to play, I probably wouldn't have bet on this game. You know what I'm saying? But I bet on it. I was confident. Mainly because the Mavericks played last night and they lost to the Magic. And I was like, they're going to be tired, especially they played through Luka. And I knew he was going to be tired. Well, I didn't know, but I had a feeling that he was going to be tired. And if you shut down Luka with the Mavericks, you shut down Luka, more than likely you're going to win the game. That's just how I look at the Mavs, the way that they play. And I was just like, we're the underdog. I'm going to put the money up. And they rewarded me with my confidence, especially with how we played against the Hornets the last game we played. I just liked the direction the team was going, and I was confident, and they rewarded me for my confidence. So I'm just happy all the way around. You know what I mean? The Wizards won. I won money. Everybody won tonight. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, since we won the game, there were things that I disliked about tonight's game, and I want to get into that first. You know what I mean? So off jump, man. Early in the game, man, the Mavs, man, they were hitting threes like it was nothing. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't like our three-point defense. It was suspect. The Mavs hit their first 5 out of 6 threes tonight. So with knowing Porzingis wasn't going to play, Beal didn't play, and them starting hot, I just felt like it started terrible. You know what I mean? I didn't like the direction the game was going in. And I'm not going to lie, man. I thought it was going to be a long night tonight. You know what I mean? But fortunately, the Wizards got it together. And you could just tell that the Mavs were tired. You know what I'm saying? We took advantage of that, man. But I definitely didn't like our three-point defense to start the game. Secondly, I didn't like our game plan to start with doubling Luka. Because what was occurring was once we started doubling him, they left wide open shooters for the Mavs to hit open threes, and that was part of the reason why they hit their first 5 out of 6 threes. So I didn't like the initial strategy of guarding Luka, but to Coach Unsell's credit, he had a lot of different looks, a lot of different defensive looks for Luka tonight, and I just think as the game went on, it just wore on him, and you could just tell, you know what I'm saying? You could just tell that it was wearing on him because he was missing free throws. He just started missing. Like, he didn't score early in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I didn't like tonight was that all Mavs starters, except for Luka, was scoring early in the game. You know what I'm saying? And part of that, again, was us trying to double him and him getting the ball to open shooters and they hitting shots. So I didn't like the initial strategy, and it cost us early. But Unseld adjusted, and we played defense on Luka differently. And it was extremely effective as the game went on. Our old friend Dinwiddie. Why Dinwiddie wasn't like this when he was with us? Well, I know why, because half the team didn't like him. You know, I guess when people don't like you and you feel that energy, it just rubs off on your game because, man, Dinwiddie was on fire. And if it wasn't for Dinwiddie, we would have beat Dallas by even more tonight. You know what I'm saying? We would have beat them by even more tonight. Because honestly, you know, they're a good team. Luka is a superstar. But really, outside of Luka, again, the formula with Dallas is stop Luka. Stop Luka and make another player on their team beat you. And tonight, it was Dinwiddie. It was similar to last night when because I watched a lot of the Dallas Magic game last night, and that was part of the reason why I was so confident in betting on the Wizards tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched the game last night, And I could see Luka was getting tired. But Dinwiddie was on fire last night in Orlando, and he was on fire again tonight in Washington. You know what I'm saying? He hit his first 3 threes of the night, ended the first quarter with 11 points, ended the first half with 18 points, and he was hot in the third quarter. He ended the game with 33 points. So he scored 15 in the second half. He had an excellent game tonight. I cannot front on that. He had an excellent game tonight. You know what I mean? So I want to give Dinwiddie credit. He's not as garbage as I thought he was, because he was garbage when he was with the Wizards. You know what I mean? We're not even going to act like he wasn't garbage. You know what I'm saying? But he was like a whole different player tonight. You know what I mean? So he was really a problem for us tonight, and I definitely didn't like that, man. But other than that, man, we won the game, and he wasn't enough by himself to get them over the hump. So I'm definitely happy about that. But I definitely didn't like the fact that of all players, Dinwiddie was that boy that was on fire tonight, man. I didn't like that at all, man. The Mavs went on a 20-2 run in the first quarter. Again, they went up double digits on us early, and again, I was nervous. I was like, man, my money's gone. That's how I felt early in the game. My money's gone, you know what I'm saying? But they went on a 22 run, so I definitely didn't like that. But to our credit, we stuck with it. We persevered through that run, and then we eventually closed the gap towards the end of the first quarter. You know what I mean? Another thing I didn't like, again, Denny, he just got to work on it, man. But he missed like an easy layup early in the game that just stuck out, because that's just a problem. He's just missing easy bunnies, you know what I'm saying? But I just think he gets more and more playing time, more and more practice, maybe not even this season, but as his career goes on, he will be making those easy bunnies that he's missing early in his career. And I still like Denny. You know what I mean? I like what he brings to the table. I like his defense. I like his size. I like his athleticism. I just like his, you know what I mean? I just don't like his offense sometimes. But he made up for it towards the end of the game, making good shots. But we'll get into that later. But I definitely don't like when he's missing those easy layups, man. And then Kispert, too. Let's just talk about Kispert, too, man. I thought his shot would be better in the second year in the league, but obviously he got work to do still. It's not good enough yet. He hit the backboard. I seen him do that sometime last season where he shot a wide open three. I mean, Kuzma got him the ball in the right spot, and he shoots the three, and I was like, okay, what the, you know what I'm saying? He hit the backboard, man, so I didn't like that, man. He got to get his J up, man. I mean, that's why we drafted him, because he supposedly was a three-point specialist, but I have not seen that so far in his career, but I got faith in him too, man. The Wizards in the first quarter went on a 4-minute scoring drought that contributed to the 22 run that the Mavs had. So, we were stagnant on offense. We were trying to figure out how to get it together, but to their credit, they got it together as the game went on. Initially, we weren't rebounding the ball well. We were not rebounding the ball well, and I definitely hate when we don't rebound the ball. Even though I know that's going to be an Achilles heel for the team throughout the season, just to see it on display just pisses me off, you know what I'm saying? Rebounds that we should get, we're just not getting. And again, that helped contribute to the lead that the Mavs were able to develop early in the game, you know what I mean? But as the game went on, we were able to rectify that rebounding situation. And I want to see what we ended up with. So they ended up with 41, but we ended up with 52 rebounds to end the game. So initially, we didn't rebound the ball well, but as the game went on, you could just see us wearing on them. We were wearing on the Mavs, and they were just getting tired. You could just see it as the game went on, and you could just see that we were about to win this game. You know what I mean? So although we didn't rebound the ball as well as we could early in the game, we made up for it in the second half, and we ended up with a double-digit rebound advantage to end the game. So I definitely liked the outcome, but I didn't like the beginning of the game. You know what I mean? There are times throughout the game that we weren't moving the ball, specifically Will Barton, man. You know what I mean? But towards the end of the game, again, our offense started moving. The ball started moving. especially when Goodwin got in the game, man. And we're going to get into that, you know what I'm saying? But Goodwin, just a great spark. And ever since he started getting playing time, the team has been playing better. It's a direct correlation, in my opinion. Goodwin plays, we play better because he has a point guard mentality. Get the ball to the open shooter. Get the ball to the open teammate. You know what I mean? You could watch his game and see that he's a pass-first point guard. You know what I mean? But I felt there were times early in the game where there was too much ISO ball, and especially with Will Barton, man. You know what I mean? I like Barton. I know there's a lot of people that are tired of him already, but nah. He was brought in to be a spark off the bench, and he's supposed to score. He's supposed to be aggressive scoring the ball, but sometimes, man, I just wish he would play within the offense more. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being that dribble, shoot, dribble, shoot. Look for the open man. Get your shot within the offense. You know what I'm saying? But, I didn't like when we don't move the ball. We have the best success when we move the ball and play team ball. You know what I mean? I felt that there were times in the game where we had too many turnovers, and you know how I feel about turnovers, man. But again, it wasn't enough to derail our win. But, too many turnovers at times throughout the game. The Mavs ended the game with 12 turnovers. We ended the game with 17 turnovers. So for the turnovers to not be the reason that we lose the game, like we didn't lose the game, although we turned the ball over too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a testament to our hard play. And a lot of it, again, was because of our rebounding, especially in the second half, to make up for the turnovers that we had in the game. You know what I'm saying? There was a stretch where Hardaway got in, hit back-to-back threes in the second quarter. I didn't like that because that contributed to our poor three-point defense early in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but as the game went on, Hardaway made a few more shots, but he wasn't a factor, and he wasn't a big deal, especially in the second half. You know what I'm saying? The Mavs had an 8-0 run in the second quarter. I don't like when any team goes on a run against us any point of the game. So I had to point that out. I didn't like that. I felt we started the third quarter with too many fouls. The Mavs got in the bonus early in the third quarter. But to our credit, after they got in the bonus, we didn't let them get on the free throw line and let that be Achilles heel for us tonight. You know what I mean? And then you want to add that Luka wasn't hitting free throws tonight as well. So although we did get in foul trouble in the third quarter and allowed them to get into the penalty early, it did not cost us. And I credit the Wizards for waking up in the third after getting them into the penalty and just playing better defense. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, that's everything I disliked about tonight's game. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into everything I like, because there's a lot of stuff that I like tonight. And off jump, I like our ball movement, especially in the second half of the game. Our team assist numbers were great. They ended the game with 19 assists. We ended the game as a team with 26 assists. So again, we're moving the ball, and I credit Goodwin with a lot of that, getting the team to play team ball and passing the ball. Now, I'll give Morris credit too, because he had some assists as well. But I thought that the spark plug was Jordan Goodwin, and then Kyle Kuzma. You know what I mean? And then as much as we feel like Will Barton was jacking up shots and stuff, he had 4 assists. And he was a positive on the floor tonight. You know what I'm saying? In regards to plus minus, he was a positive on the floor. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. The box score looks better than how he looked in the game at times tonight. But when you actually just look at the numbers, 14, 7, and 4 is a good a good stat line. You know what I mean? There's no way around it, especially off the bench. You know what I mean? So we were hard on Barton because of some of the shot selection that he took. But when you take a step back, look at the box score, it wasn't as bad as it appeared. You know what I mean? We were hitting threes early in the game as well, and then in the fourth quarter, we hit some big threes. You know what I mean? So we hit our fair share of threes tonight, and I credit that again for us moving the ball better. And if we keep playing like this, then our 3-point percentage we're going to move up in the league standings. We're close to the bottom of the league in three-point shooting, but I think as the defense, the offense gets better and we keep moving the ball the way we moved it tonight, we'll steadily move up. I don't think we'll ever be a top 10 team in three-point percentage, but to be in the middle of the pack, or, you know what I'm saying, or, like 20th, 21st, by the end of the season, that'll bode well for us, man. So I'm just hoping that we continue to hit the three better. And again, it's all about ball movement. Passing up a decent shot for a good shot, or passing up a good shot for a great shot. You know what I mean? Just getting your teammates involved. I thought Gill started the game tonight, played smart. He always plays smart, man. We like Anthony Gill, man. He always plays smart, whether he's starting at the three, whether he's starting at the center position. He's always going to make the right play. He had some solid defense on Luka, and he made some great passes when he was in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Gill brought to the table tonight. But our bench was what brought us back tonight, man. Our bench, once it got in, Dallas went on a big run, went up double digits, but once our bench got in, I really liked what happened once our bench got in. And it closed the gap, and we eventually took the lead. You know what I'm saying? So I really liked our bench. We played good defense on Luka throughout the game. You know what I'm saying? He ended the game with 22 points. So he was under that 30-point second game in a row where he was held to under 30 points. We forced him into 5 turnovers. He did have 9 rebounds, 6 assists. You know what I'm saying? But that's Luka Doncic, you know what I'm saying? But to hold him to 22 with 5 turnovers is definitely a testament to our defense, man. So I definitely like seeing that. We ended the first quarter with a 17-5 run. Again, getting right back into the game. And a lot of that was due to our bench coming in. And I like the way, because some people I was seeing on Twitter was like, why are we starting Gill? Why is Gafford not starting? Or, why Goodwin isn't starting, or, you know what I mean, just asking why Rui isn't starting. But I like the fact that we have so much firepower coming off the bench. Rui is I'm going to get to Rui, you know what I'm saying? But just to be able to have the options we have coming off the bench when the starters aren't getting it done, that ensures, I ain't going to say guarantees, but it gives us a very good chance of making a comeback if we start slow or we start down, because I feel like our bench is better than a lot of teams' benches. So even if we don't start well with the starters, our bench against another team's bench is going to bring us back into the game. And that is how you finish, not how you start. You know what I mean? So I really like what our bench brought to the table tonight, man. Kyle Kuzma, man. Kyle Kuzma. This is the type of game we want to see from Kyle Kuzma. The almost triple-double game. The double-double game. The points and rebounds with the assist game. Cut down on the turnovers. He did have 4 turnovers tonight, but 36 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, they got to re-sign him. And he has to play like this even more consistently. You know what I mean? There's been games where he's been off and he's been MIA. But when he's playing like this, we want to see him play like this with Beal and Porzingis on the floor at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not score 36 points because Beal's our supposed number 1 option. But to Beal's credit, he will pass the ball. You know what I mean? He will pass the ball. So if Kuzma is hot, and he's going to be a number 1 option for a night or two or whatever, then we need him to be that. But this is the type of game we need to see from Kyle Kuzma game in and game out. You know what I'm saying? For him to step up without Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis just shows that he has the game. I mean, he's the only player on the team, I believe, that has a championship ring. So he's felt what it feels like to get it done and play in big games. You know what I'm saying? So we just need to see him keep doing that, man. But 10 points in the first quarter, rebounding well. He ended the first half with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and then started to assist in the third quarter, and especially getting a lot of assists in the second half to Rui Hachimura. And he also started the fourth quarter with 9 points. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? Like I said, getting the ball to Rui And that's the next thing that I liked about tonight's game, man. Rui Hachimura is beginning to say, look, man, I'm more than a role player. I'm trying to be a star out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's looking. A lot of people has been giving Tommy Shepard flack in the front office flack for our draft picks, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Rui. I like what I see from Denny, minus him missing easy bunnies and his J looking a little suspect at times. But I just think that as his career goes on, he's going to get better. But the size that he brings to the table, the decision making, the defense, the willing to guard, just to guard, period. He's a great, to me, he's a good draft pick for where he was drafted. And then Kispert, he has to get better with his J, but he doesn't do anything wrong on the floor. You know what I mean? He always makes the right play, doesn't try to do too much, and he ended up with a +5 on the floor tonight. You know what I mean? Always doing the right thing. So I like what Kispert also brings. He just has to develop as well. And if Johnny Davis could give us something, that's 4 draft picks in the last 4 years that can be contributors to the future of the Washington Wizards, man. But Rui Hachimura is becoming a star. Like, not just a role player, but he's becoming a star. Dependable player off the bench. Another double-digit game off the bench. That's what I thought, man. He ended up with 23 points, 8 rebounds, but he had a +20 on the floor tonight, man. By far the best plus-minus of the team tonight, man. And you could just feel it. It was one thing to see it on the box score. It's another thing to watch the game and actually see that this brother is becoming a problem. He's becoming unguardable. Scoring on all 3 levels, hitting the 3, hitting the mid-range, getting to the hole. He had a crazy layup, looking MJ-ish tonight as well, man. I mean, he has developed his game nicely, and he's taking it to the next level, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him, man. I thought Morris was steady at the point guard, never does too much, never turns the ball over. One thing you might say, he's not, scoring a lot, but he doesn't turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? He only had 1 turnover again tonight, 6 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. I mean, nothing too crazy, but I just like the fact he doesn't turn the ball over. That has been a problem with some of our past point guards. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't score like that, he doesn't make mistakes on the floor. And although he starts with Goodwin finishes. And that's the next thing that I like tonight, man. Jordan Goodwin, man, only had 2 points tonight. But he also had 6 assists and 7 rebounds, only 2 turnovers. And he's a pass-first point guard. His goal is to pass the ball. Like, you could watch his game and you could see that he's looking to pass and get his teammates open shots. And that's the type of point guard we need. Both of these point guards are pass first, score second point guards. And that's the type of point guards that we need with this type of team. With Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, we don't need a point guard that wants to score first. We need a point guard that wants to set up his teammates. And Goodwin does a great job of that, as well as Morris. But Goodwin's tenacity, his effort on defense, his hunger, him getting deflections, him just being a problem, a menace out there. He has brought a dimension to this team that we as fans thought we didn't have, but we had all along. He's earning his minutes, he's earning his keep, and I hope we sign him to a full-time NBA contract. He deserves it. I already said that when the Memphis game and then the game again against the Hornets, but he's just proving his worth, and he's going to be a key contributor to us moving forward, man. I really like what I'm seeing from Goodwin, for real. Gafford tonight, man, monster game. Double-double, 11 points, 10 boards, 4 blocks. That's the Gafford that we like. You know what I mean? That's the Gafford that we're excited about. You know what I'm saying? He's been starting off the season a little slow. Some fans are talking about he's already washed up. I already knew that he had to get his footing. And when Porzingis not playing tonight, I like that Hudsell kept him in his role. He could have started him, but he started Gill instead. But Gafford finished the game, and he got his minutes, you know what I'm saying? But I really like what I saw from Gafford tonight, man. His first stint off the bench, he scored 5 points and 4 rebounds, so you already knew that was an omen for what type of game he was going to have tonight, and he continued that throughout the game. You know what I mean? He played some great post defense tonight, man. Great post defense, especially in the fourth quarter. It made it hard for the Mavs to score tonight, and like I mentioned earlier, man, 4 blocks, as well as just being in the way. He didn't block everything, but he made it hard for the Mavs to score tonight, so I definitely like that, man. Yeah, we scored in the paint tonight. We were definitely effective in the paint, so I definitely like that. Denny played great defense tonight, man. And he just did a little bit of everything tonight. Like I said, he didn't score that much. No, he scored 12 points. He had 12. He was 4 for 13, though, from the field. So, again, he has to work on his offense. But he was aggressive, and that's the start. Show aggression. And even if you're missing shots, stay aggressive. Take good shots. He took good shots for the most part. He was just missing shots that he shouldn't make. But he made key shots in the second half when we needed winning plays. And again, great defense. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. You know what I mean? And a steal, man. So we did a little bit of everything, man. And I just like what he brings. He's not our best offensive player, but we have offensive players. So if he's off, he's there to play defense. He's there to rebound. He's there to guard their best perimeter player. And he started the game guarding Luka Doncic, and I think he was a key factor on why Luka had a bad game tonight, as well as Luka just being tired. You know what I mean? Again, man, Jason Kidd has to have a better offense, because if they're not going to win a championship with Luka, with the way they utilize Luka, man, high usage, you know he's gonna get tired. You know what I mean? So anyway, that don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I bet on us tonight. You know what I mean? Because I know how the Mavs play. You know what I'm saying? And that's not winning basketball in the long term. You know what I mean? But I felt, again, Denny was a big factor on why Luka didn't play well tonight, man. You're just on him, just leaning on him, a big body. You know what I'm saying? Luka's a strong dude. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a strong defender, and I felt that Denny was played him very well tonight, man. Man, I already mentioned Rui. Again, I'll mention it again, man. Just a great all-around game by Rui. Becoming a star right in front of our eyes, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him, man. We went a 7-0 run towards the end of the second quarter. And again, you know what I'm saying? That just helped bring us back into the game. And in the second half, we wore on them. We wore on the Mavericks, and they just couldn't handle it. And we took advantage, and our energy level went up, turned it up a notch, and we won the game. So I definitely like that. I already mentioned Luka missing free throws. I definitely like. You could just see he was short on his shot. He was tired. And then we hit a lot of free throws tonight. And when did we end the game? 19 for 20, 95% from the free throw line tonight. The Mavs were 13 for 21. 61.9, 62% from the line. So again, we're getting to the line more, and we're hitting our free throws, and we're gonna go up in the NBA ranks in free throw shooting if we keep being aggressive, driving to the basket, trying to draw fouls. I really like the way we played tonight, man. Great overall game. And that's everything I like tonight, man. Just a great game, man. Great game. I was confident. We beat them I remember us beating the Mavs in DC last season with Porzingis. But for us to beat them without Porzingis tonight just shows that we're on the right path. We're beginning to find our footing, and it will be exciting to see Bradley Beal come back, Porzingis come back, and now we have two quality point guards that look to get their teammates open. So I feel like Bradley Beal is going to play better because we found a revelation in Goodwin. But as long as he's not out, I'm liking Kuzma stepping up and looking like the player that he was the end of last season, man. Just hopefully he could just somehow play like that with Porzingis and Beal on the floor and form a formidable, I don't want to say big three, but a formidable lead three for our team. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. If you like the content, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter as well, at Wizards Review. You can follow me, King Ade, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on the Xbox Series X and S on NBA 2K23. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, I'm about to go head to the casino, go get my money. You know what I mean? I hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to see y'all next game, all right? Take care. Peace.